Italian Panna Cotta with blueberry sauce. A silky and luxurious dessert that's as easy to make as heating a pot of cream, but it tastes and presents like it's much fancier. This is a make-ahead dessert that is served individually like its own piece of art. We will begin this recipe by heating a small amount of water on the stove. Then, in a separate bowl with cold water, we will sprinkle 3 packets of unflavored gelatin to allow it to soften for about 1 minute. Once the water has begun simmering, place the bowl on top and stir to dissolve the gelatin fully. In a medium-sized pot, add 6 cups of heavy cream, followed by 3 cups of half and half, and then 1 cup of white sugar. Switch it on to medium heat, stirring occasionally to dissolve the sugar, and heat the cream so that it is hot but not yet boiling. If you notice steam or it feels hot to the touch, then you know it's ready. Switch the heat off and pour in the melted gelatin, giving it a good stir so that it is well incorporated. Add 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and then, to make it extra fancy, add 1 ounce of a dessert wine such as cream sherry or Marsala. Stir the flavorings and then set it aside to cool to room temperature. To make these individual servings, I found these disposable plastic cups that were 12 for $1. They seem like they're a good size and shape for this dessert. I'm going to spread the cups out on a tray so that it's easier to assemble. Remember to give the cream a stir from time to time while it cools so that it doesn't produce a skin on the top. In an empty saucepan, add a 1-pound bag of frozen blueberries, followed by a half cup of white sugar and a half cup of water. Heat this over medium-high until the blueberries begin to break down and their juices mix with the sugar and water to produce a nice, syrupy sauce. I don't want my blueberries to break down completely because I would like the large pieces for presentation purposes. Now that my cream is at room temperature, I'm going to use a measuring glass to carefully add it to the presentation cups. I'm also using a paper towel to make sure I don't leave behind any drips. This recipe will make approximately 20 half-cup servings, but you can divide the recipe down evenly if you need to make less. I will add recipe variations in the description. Be sure not to leave any bubbles behind. Now I'm going to very carefully transfer these to the refrigerator to allow the gelatin to set overnight. I'm placing these on a flat surface with a sheet of parchment over top to protect it from any unnecessary smells. Since I have a second tray, I'm doing it with a double layer followed by another parchment. The next day, it's time to serve. The texture of these is very soft and just barely set, almost like it's halfway between a pudding and a gelatin. I decided that I wanted the blueberries to be a little bit thicker, so I softened up a little more gelatin as before and added small amounts until the blueberries were at the thickness I was looking for. Just before serving, add the blueberry topping to each individual portion. You can make these as fancy or as simple as you like, with other garnishes or decorations. Each cup of panna cotta is a delicious, delicate piece of art. The texture of the cream just barely holds itself together. It's silky, it's luxurious, and the slight background note of the dessert wine makes it absolutely phenomenal. You couldn't ask for a better dessert that tastes this good, looks this impressive, but was actually very easy to make. Give this one a try, and I think you'll agree.